Okay, amazing artists, amazing albums keep coming through our Electronic Cafe Celebrates episodes. As you know, albums that are 40 years old, and for me, one of the greatest artists of all time, the magnificent Prince, released around the world in a day, the 7th album by him. It was released on April 22nd through Paisley Park, and it kind of somewhat departed from the commercial sound of his previous release, the massively successful Purple Rain, which Mark and I did an episode on last year.
The album was also produced by the multi-talented Prince, and it came out just 10 months after the mega successful Purple Rain album, although work on this album started before Purple Rain. Whereas Purple Rain made Prince sound like he could do anything, it still didn't prepare everyone for this electronic, psychedelic pop, soul, funk utopian opus released on its shirt tails.
The album saw kind of Prince experiment with psychedelic styles and more opulent textures, and in compliance with Prince's wishes, the record company released the album with very minimal publicity, withholding accompanying singles until almost a month after the album was released.
It's an album chock full of cryptic religious imagery, bizarre mysticism and confounding metaphors, drenched in heavily processed guitars, shimmering keyboards, grandiose strings and layers of vocals. And it's an album that the critics described as a bit impenetrable, requiring great demands of the listener.
It was released with mixed reception amongst crossover audiences after the success of Purple Rain, although it nonetheless sold relatively well. It became Prince and the Revolution's second #1 album on the Billboard Top 200. 2 of its 4 singles, just cracks me up, reached the top 10 of the Billboard 100, Raspberry Beret and Pop Life. Following, sadly, from Prince's death, Raspberry Beret recharted in the Billboard Hot 100 as a top 40 hit, reaching 33.
Impenetrable or not, for me, the album contained 4 great singles: America, Pop Life, and 2 of my favourite ever Prince pop songs, Raspberry Beret and Paisley Park.
And the album pursued a dense psychedelic style that kind of made use of unconventional instruments and cryptic lyrics. Its sound and album cover painting by Doug Henders drew numerous comparisons to the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. And there's an interview somewhere Prince spoke about the album sound and cover, denying inspiration from the Beatles. Whether he was or not, according to Prince, George Clinton was a massive fan of the album.
Prince was never one to stand still. He could quite easily have done Purple Rain Part 2, but this is Prince going full-on genius mode with his take on psychedelic pop, an embarrassment of riches, and an album that never gets quite recognised in the same way that Purple Rain or Sign of the Times does.
For me, overall, it's an incredible piece of work, as most Prince albums were. There was a positive retrospective review for Pitchfork by Alan Knight. He described the album as a brave and deeply personal project, exploring sounds and ideas that are almost shocking coming from a pop icon at its peak. And as Simon Price wrote for The Guardian, that the album always sounds better than you think it will when you revisit. And I agree with that. It's one of those albums that every now and then I'll get it out and check it and just hear more stuff from it. But for me, Prince couldn't do much wrong, and this is certainly a great album to have in your collection, and certainly worth celebrating being 40 years old. So, happy anniversary to the fantastic Around the World in a Day by the mighty Prince.
What's the matter with your world? Was it born when you wanted a girl? When you wanted a girl? Don't you do the street hair ain't got no curl? No curl. But life ain't real funky unless it's got that pop. Dig it. Pop life. Everybody needs a thrill. Pop life. We all got a space to fill. Aristocrats on a mountain climb. Making little piece. Ask where there's